It's me they're after, Wes Anderson. Here it is, the beginning of the 20th century. The West is supposed to be civilized now, but death by violence is still the penalty for cattle rustling. Sure, there's supposed to be law and order here in Santa Luz, but if these self-appointed hangmen have a necktie party in mind, nothing's gonna stop them. They won't wait for any evidence. The sheriff said I'd get a fair trial when he brought me in. But these ex-bar riders will string up a suspected moonlighter first and prove he was guilty later.
Hey, Slim.
Appears to me they got ropes enough of their own to get the job done.
¿A tamales, senor?
No thanks, Chico. Later.
Hey, what are they doing uptown?
Getting liquored up. One by a rope, a hanging rope, I think.
You know, I sure feel sorry for that moonlighter in jail.
Hey, Sheriff. When does the necktie party start?
Sheriff? Brother, am I glad to see you. That crowd out there is as wild as a bunch of catamounts.
Ah, that ain't a hanging crowd, just a watching crowd. Waiting for something to start. Brought you this shotgun. Maybe it'll make you feel better.
It don't.
Well, keep it handy anyway. Where's my man?
Got him in cell number 3. That has the best lock on it. I wish this whole darn jail had better locks on it.
I wish it had a better turnkey.
Sheriff, I didn't beat my wife, sir. That was her boyfriend beat her.
That's not what the judge said. Evening, Anderson. How you feel?
I feel all right. I hear I'm supposed to swing tonight.
I came to tell you, don't take no stock in it.
Figure you can stop him?
I do.
I don't.
You don't seem very worried.
Worrying isn't going to keep them out. If they want me, they'll come and get me.
I think you'll find out different. You're being held for trial. I mean to see that you get one. You'll get all the protection the law can give you.
I appreciate your intentions anyway.
Deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. How did my Lord deliver Daniel? And why not every man?
Lonesome kind of fella, ain't he?
Gets in his spot, a man feels kind of lonesome.
There they are.
That ain't them. Who is it?
Deputy Bayless and prisoner.
It's the deputy.
Maybe it ain't. Maybe...
Let him in. It's all we need. Jail full of hobos on a night like this.
Well, I had to pinch him, didn't I? What should I do? Let him ride the Santa Fe freight trains for free just because he ex-bars after that doggone Moonlighter?
You did all right. Book him in.
Get in.
I'm going to supper. It's the last chance I'll get to eat if we're going to be up all night. You coming, Joe?
Sure.
You fellas fixing to leave me here alone?
We'll be back in a half hour. All you got to do is keep the door shut. If they start anything on the outside, we'll be out there to handle it.
I never was the right man for this job.
Look at that floor. I like clean jails.
It don't suit you?
Well, it's a pigsty. I'm ashamed to be pinched in a jail like this.
I'll tell you how we can fix that. You can clean it up.
Well, I'll be glad to.
We're going to have visitors tonight anyhow. Place might as well look decent.
Visitors? Who are they after?
The Moonlighter in cell number 3.
Moonlighter? Say, I've heard tell of them. But I never did know why they'd hang a fella for that.
It's just another kind of cattle stealing, only a little rougher. They call it moonlighting. These smart roping fellers sneak on a man's range when the moon's bright enough to rope by. Rope a few wild stock. Then they herd the whole bunch off the range before sunup. That's him right there.
Are you a moonlighter, sure enough? Tidy's my name.
What do you think this is, a church social?
Let me speak to the man, won't you? I got some respect for him. I sure admire a man that can swing a rope by moonlight. I can't even dab one daytime's any good. Now, you shouldn't do that. Honestly, it's not neat. Now, your cell now. I hate to say this, but it's the dirtiest cell in the whole place. I don't see how you can live in it.
Listen to the man talk. Look, man, what does he care about the dirt in his cell? He's gonna swing tonight. They're going to hang him.
Yes, I'm mighty sorry about that. I once pretty near got hanged myself. I'd be pleased to clean up your cell for you, if you don't mind.
You got any objections, Mr. Anderson?
No, go ahead.
All right. Start with this one. I'll just put you down here in number 4 until he's through. Go ahead, get busy.
Sheriff and deputy are over at the cafe. All right, let's go.
Here come the X-Bar, boys.
Can you hear me? This is Alexander Prince of the X-Bar. We've come for that moonlighter. Send him out or we're coming in after him.
We're not sending him out, see? I got orders. I'm keeping him here.
Okay, boys, better work on that door.
Don't leave me in here. Let me out. Take me with you.
Get back out of there.
Oh, no, Lord. Oh, no. No, God. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Oh, they whipped him up the hill, up the hill, up the hill.
Ain't that the turnkey? Yeah. Follow her and get the keys.
All right, break it down and get in there. Hurry
Sheriff, they're going wild down there. They're breaking down the door.
I told you to stay there.
I ain't getting myself killed for no darn moonlighter.
Come on, Joe.
We want those keys.
You know I won't give them to you. I'm warning you. If there's any violence done in that jail, you'll be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Take the key away from me. Now, what does this Moonlighter look like?
You're so smart. I think you're judge, jury, and hangman all rolled into one. Now you tell me.
Now, what cell's he in?
Come on, you heard him. What cell is he in?
You better answer, Sheriff. Because if you don't, we'll hang every one of them bums in that jail. Now, what'll it be? The Moonlighter or the whole passel of them?
He's in cell number 3.
Better. Keep him covered.
Here's the keys. He's in cell number 3. Gangway, boys, we're going in.
Cell number 3.
Number 3. Here he is.
Cell number 3.
Oh, no. No.
All right, boys, get him.
I didn't do it. You got the wrong man.
Get him in there. Go on. Get him on. Bring him on. Hurry up.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're making a mistake. You got the wrong man.
Did you hear that? Yeah, I heard him. Let's go.
Held down his head, and he cried.
Let me out.
Cut him down.
Whoa. Here we are, ma'am.
What did you say his name was?
Clem Escobar.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Was you interested in some cabinet work?
No, I'm here in reference to a deceased person.
Oh, that's different. Won't you be seated, ma'am?
Thank you. I read in the paper that the body of a certain man was taken from the river in this town.
You mean the Moonlighter, Wes Anderson?
Yes.
You're his widow?
No, I'm a friend. I'm here on behalf of his mother and his brother. It is their wish and mine to provide for the burial.
Oh, Wes Anderson is buried, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't know.
That paper you read must have been an old one. He was interred last week. He had quite a party at his funeral.
Then he wasn't buried in the Potter's Field.
Oh, no, ma'am, not by no means. He had one of the most elegant obsequies I ever provided. A relative stumped up for it.
A relative?
I was sitting right here when the telegram come.
Got a telegram for you, Clem.
Yeah?
Yep. Dig in.
Angelica, listen to this. That Moonlighter they hanged up the river last week had relatives after all. This man signs his name W.O. Anderson.
Do you know him?
Heck no, but I guess he's heard of me. Says he's coming to town Saturday. Wish to provide first-class burial for the deceased, followed by free collation. Will pay for all expenses. Signed W.O. Anderson.
Well, I'm glad that poor fellow will be buried right, even if he didn't die right.
Yeah. Say, what's a collation?
Why, Clem, fancy you not knowing that. A collation is just grand. It's a big feed, like, with sandwiches and beer and all.
Oh.
This Mr. Anderson must have a lot of money.
Yeah, I reckon. Well, I gotta go downtown and make arrangements. Get up, Shadrach. Next afternoon, I had everything ready. They told me at the hotel that Mr. Anderson had come in. Said he had gone over to the barber shop. Oh, are you Mr. W.O. Anderson?
No. I think you're looking for me.
Oh, Mr. Anderson, I'm Clemens Escobar.
Oh, yes. Glad to know you.
I made all the arrangements just like you wanted, Mr. Anderson. You'll be pleased with this burial, I swear you will.
All right. When do we start?
Right away. As a matter of fact, we was expecting a little earlier. Folks are already assembling.
Good. There you are. Keep the change.
Thank you very much, sir.
You expecting a big crowd?
Oh, yes, indeed, Mr. Anderson. I let the news get out about the collation, you know. I hope that was all right.
Fine. The more the merrier.
Well, right this way, Mr. Anderson, over to the Granger's Hall. There's just one detail, Mr. Anderson. I hope you won't mind my mentioning it.
What's that?
Well, mostly when a relative orders a funeral, we ask for a deposit.
Oh, you do, huh?
Well, it's a kind of a rule. But in your case, I went right ahead, of course, and did as you directed.
Now, where's your bill?
Oh, right here, Mr. Anderson, right here.
No, you haven't charged enough if you did everything I asked you to. It's worth at least $100 more.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you, Mr. Anderson.
But I never give a deposit. I'll pay you in full with the extra 100 just as soon as the ceremony's over.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Ladies, be seated. Gentlemen, step forward. As advertised, the free collation will take place here. The services in the churchyard. Before we go any further, a short eulogy will be delivered by Mr. W.O. Anderson. Mr. Anderson.
It's hard for me to think of Wes Anderson as being dead. Maybe that's how it is sometimes when you know a man real well. And I guess I knew Wes better than anybody did. I was mighty close to him. Even right now, it seems to me like he's still alive, standing here talking to you, same as I am. Well, I sure would have been pleased if so many of you came down here to say goodbye to him. He was a lonely kind of guy. Never got enough of a lot of things he wanted. Friends and fun, cattle and money. He had good folks, but he left them to ramble and gamble in every cow town from the Pecos to the Powder River. He had a nice gal, too. But he just never could seem to settle down like she wanted him to. Yes, he was a wandering man. But he never did set out to do harm. About the worst you could say about him is that, well, he got impatient for money. So he started roping cattle in the moonlight. Other people's cattle. And that got him in trouble and led to his death. We're saying goodbye to this Moonlighter today. He'll have a grave. But to my mind, there'll be a part of him that won't find ease in it. If ever a ghost can ride and shoot, that's what the ghost of Wes Anderson will do. Maybe he'll look to get even with the men who strung him up. I figure he'd want to do that. But more than that, maybe he'll look to even up the score with all the lynchers in the world. Well, friends, I want to thank you for your patience. But Clem Muscabaugh here has done such a fine job, I'm going to take up a small contribution for him. So if you gentlemen will all line up along that wall over there, I'll pass among you and receive your voluntary contributions. You ladies can stay where you are. You can just put them in the hat, gentlemen. Come on, hurry it up. Thank you. Get your contributions out, boys. Thank you.
This is not a voluntary contribution. This is highway robbery.
Come on, cough up.
I will not.
Cough up. Oh!
You'll pay for this later.
Yeah, well, you pay for it now. Clem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for a fine funeral. You've been more than generous, gentlemen. Thank you.
Go after him, man. Let's get it. And that's the last we saw or heard of him. I give back the stick pin and the watch, and they still want me to give back the money. But I done my work, and I got a right to be paid. I am keeping it even if I have to go to court over it.
Thank you, Mr. Uscabaugh. I've been most interested in what you had to tell me.
Anything I can do for you at any time, ma'am.
No, I don't think there'll be anything. Thank you again.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Did you have a nice trip?
Pretty good.
What'd you find out?
He's still alive. The man they hanged was someone else.
Are you sure? Who'd you talk to?
The coroner and several other people. Mr. Anderson paid for the burial. He even preached the eulogy over the corpse that was supposed to be him.
Only Wes would figure that one out. He'd have fun doing it.
Meaning you would have liked to have done it yourself?
I never said that. Rella, haven't you gotten him out of your thoughts yet? He's been gone 5 years now. I don't think there's been a minute in that time when you've stopped waiting and hoping. I want to know where I stand. I want an answer.
You would have had an answer a long time ago if I'd been sure of you. Remember when you wanted to follow in his footsteps and go moonlighting too?
Yeah, but you put a stop to that, for keeps.
Tom, if I'm what you want, I think we can make a go of it.
That's all I wanted to hear.
We'll tell your mother tonight.
She's been expecting it. You know how much she loves you.
Yes, but what shall we tell her about him? After all, we haven't any proof that he's still alive, and she has accepted his death.
It may be better for her not to know at all.
That's what I was thinking. Then she won't always be wondering about him. Where he is. What he's been up to.
Whatever he's up to, won't be anything that's good.
I swore at my own funeral I'd even up the score with all the lynchers in the world. And first on the list were the ringleaders at the ex-bar ranch who killed an innocent man. His death still haunted me. I couldn't sleep.
Get them horses out of there!
Tracks. Now, maybe double back here.
I don't think so, boss.
Well, let's move around and see if we can pick him up again.
Mr. Anderson,
Hello, Susie. What can I do for you today?
your mom sent me for you. She wants you to come home right away.
Oh, something wrong?
She wants you to come home. She told me to tell you right away.
Oh, thank you, Susie.
Mother! Mother! What's wrong?
Wes has come home.
Wes? Where is he?
He's upstairs lying down. Oh, Tommy, he's been wounded, too, but he wouldn't let me send for the doctor. Oh, he's in some bad trouble, of that I'm sure.
He's in trouble. He could have stayed away.
Well, he came here, son, because he had nowhere else to go. And here he's welcome.
Hello, Tom. Surprised to see me, huh?
Yeah, Wes. Mighty glad.
You're looking good, Tom. I guess you heard they hanged me. Don't put any stock in it.
Kind of got yourself hurt, huh?
Yeah. I need some stuff from the druggist, some bandages and things. I got a list here. Get it for me, will you? If folks in town start nosing around, you don't know anything, you understand?
Yeah, Wes. I'll go right away.
Tom. Stop by and see Rella, huh? Tell her I'm home.
Tell Rella?
Yeah. What's the matter? She hasn't moved away, has she? She hasn't gotten married or anything.
No, Wes.
Tell her I want to see her. Tell her to come over here.
All right, Wes.
Wes, go upstairs and lie down again, and I'll bring your dinner up to you.
All right, Ma. I wonder what's taking Tom so long.
Here you are home again. And you've been gone 5 years. And in all that time, you've hardly ever written a letter. Were you in trouble, son, that you didn't want to write home?
That's right, Ma.
You should have settled down. Now, Tommy, he's settling down.
Tom's coming now, Ma.
Son,
Yes, Ma?
never mind.
I got your stuff. They were asking questions over at the drugstore. I told them Ma had a stove burn.
Yeah, good. You stopped by and saw Rella.
Yeah, I saw him.
She coming over?
No, she's not coming.
You told her I was home.
Yeah, I told her.
What'd she say?
She doesn't want to see you.
She must be going with somebody else. That must be it. Tom. You were acting mighty funny downstairs when I asked you to tell Rella to come over. It's you. She's going with you. Even if you are my brother, I'll break every bone.
Don't be a fool, Wes. You left. She thought you were dead. Suppose you'd stayed. What would you have done for her? I may not have much, Wes, but I've got Rella. And you're not going to take her away from me.
You had that little piece all planned to speak, didn't you?
Maybe so, but I mean it, Wes. Even if it takes some killing, I mean it.
Sure. Sure, I must be crazy coming back after all this time and thinking she'd still be waiting for me. I'll tell you something. Better this way. Better for you and better for Rella.
I'm glad you see it that way, Wes.
Come on. Help me fix this shoulder.
Take it easy.
Got here, boy. What do you know? Looks like old Mr. Mountain Lion dropped by for breakfast. I'll get a rifle and we'll go after him. What do you say? Like old times, huh? Big boy, isn't he? I won't be dropping over for breakfast anymore. Quiet, Hank. Hello, Rella.
Hello, Wes. So you got him. I've been trailing him all night.
He was over at your ranch, too.
Killed a lamb in my corral about 10:30.
Then you must have started after him before I did.
In the old days, I could have started later and still killed him first. You're a better trail hand than you used to be.
Well, they say there's nothing like being hunted to sharpen up a hunter.
I suppose so. You've changed, Wes.
Nobody stays the same.
Got a cigarette?
I got the makings. You've changed too, Rella.
How?
I'd say you're more sure of yourself. Maybe you need people less.
Maybe I need them more, but I've learned to show it less.
Tom said you didn't want to see me.
I didn't at first, but I'm glad you were tracking the cat. Gives me a chance to talk to you. I wanted to explain to you about Tom and myself.
You don't have to explain. I was pretty sore when I first heard about it, but then I got to thinking and saw where it was better for both of you.
Tom told me you said that. It meant a lot.
I'll be going away as soon as this gets better.
You're an idiot to hunt with it that way. A wound that doesn't heal will always stay weak.
Tom tell you it was a wound?
Uh-huh.
I got shot through the shoulder. I was lucky it didn't hit any bone.
I don't like to think about that. Oh, not so much the injury, but the men against you, the law against you. What happened, Wes? What changed you?
I got wise to myself, that's all.
You don't seem very wise to me. Have you learned anything with all that wisdom that helps you to live like a human being?
Like a human being? I'd rather live like that cat and get shot off a rock. I'd rather run in the hills with the hounds after me. I know what people are like now, Rella.
What kind of crazy thinking is that?
I saw a man die for me. I saw him hang. They took him by mistake for me. I saw what happened. That's what taught me about human beings.
You know who taught me about human beings? You. In the days when we were close together.
Maybe you should have had a better teacher.
No, you were my whole world. I was proud just to be alive and have you for my man. Oh, Wes, you can't shut yourself off from people. They can be horrible, I know. And that lynching must have been an awful thing to see. But you can't make the whole world responsible for what a mob did to another man.
They were doing it to me. They thought they were. I'm probably the only man alive that saw himself hanged. I know about people, Rella. I'm not sentimental anymore. I'm strong because I can go my own way. And that's the road I'm going to travel.
If you could love, you wouldn't feel that way.
Who would there be for me to love?
No, Wes. No.
Rella, you don't want to marry Tom.
I'm going to marry him.
Do you love him?
Tom is a wonderful man, Wes. We'll have a good life together. Please don't spoil that for me. Oh, I know it sounds crazy to ask you anything like that, but Tom admires you more than anybody. He wants to be like you. When you went moonlighting, he wanted to run away and do it too. Don't change him, Wes. Let me have this one thing as a gift from you. Promise me.
All right, Rella. It's a deal.
Thank you.
Wish to see somebody, sir?
Yes, which one is Mr. Anderson?
Well, Mr. Anderson is one of our tellers. That's his window right there.
Thank you.
You gave me $10 too much, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I must have been wool gathering.
$10 I'll return, but do it at 100, and you won't get it back.
Who's the big guy in the dark hat?
Oh, I'm sorry. Someone will wait on you in just a minute. Oh, Mr. Mott, sir. Could I be excused for an hour or so? There's something I really should attend to at home.
Sit down, Tom. Are you feeling all right?
Oh, I feel fine, thank you.
I've been watching you. You've made 3 errors this morning. Oh, minor ones, perhaps. But that sort of thing won't do. It just won't do at all.
To be truthful, Mr. Mott, my mind's been on several things lately.
I'm beginning to wonder if this job means as much to you as it did formerly.
Well, it means a good deal to me, sir. I'm sorry if I gave the impression that I've stopped caring about it.
You give me the impression that you need a rest. Quite an extensive one. You come back in 30 days' time, Tommy, and we'll talk this over. And perhaps, if you have less on your mind, we'll discuss resuming your employment.
Wes, they know you're here. There was a stranger in the bank today, big mean-looking guy in a dark hat. He was a John Law for sure. He kept giving me the eye. Asked the bank guard who I was.
What makes you think he was looking for me?
I don't know, Wes, just a hunch. But he was outside when I left, and he followed me here, I think.
He followed you?
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Wes, this...
Open the door, Ma.
Wes, you are...
Open the door.
Is this the Anderson home?
Yes, it is.
Is Tom Anderson here?
It's all right, Ma. I know that voice. How are you, Cole?
Wes, I thought you was dead.
Outside of a stiff shoulder, I'm the healthiest dead man in these parts. Come on in. Ma, this is an old friend of mine, Cole Gardner.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Anderson.
Happy, I'm sure.
And this is my brother, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Now, you just make yourself comfortable. I've got some coffee on the stove, and I'll get some for you.
Thank you.
I understand you and Tom saw each other in the bank today.
Yes, we did.
Tom figured you were the law. He got a little nervous.
Oh? We don't get many strangers in the bank. Sorry I had you pegged so wrong.
Well, I can't say as I blame you. You know, Wes, in the old days, I remember when we were partners in business, you used to talk so much about your hometown. I recall you told me you had a kid brother working in a bank, so I thought I'd just mosey by and have a look at the place. And he's acting so nervous like, I figured something must be up, so I followed him home. I never thought I'd find you here, Wes, so help me.
I hope this coffee isn't too strong. Here's some fresh cookies, too, that I just made. You know, Wes always liked to have something to snack on in the old days.
There's nothing like homemade cookies and a good cup of coffee.
That's right.
I skipped my breakfast, too.
Oh, Mr. Gardner, you'll stay and have supper with us, won't you?
Well, yes, thank you, Miss Anderson. You see what I mean, Wes? Here's the street, there's the bank, and there's the alley.
Where do we leave the horses?
Don't use any horses.
You crazy?
No, we have the horses staked out up in the hills. We're going to use a horseless carriage. That gas buggy that's out in front of the bank all day belongs to Mr. Mott, the president of the bank.
Automobile, huh?
I made some inquiry around town. I find out that there isn't another gas buggy within 100 miles. And if we can use this thing, we can gain 2 or 3 hours head start on any posse.
Yeah, maybe more than that. But can you run one of those things?
Oh, sure. There's nothing to it.
What time does the president of the bank get there?
I don't know. I can ask Tom.
No, leave him out of it.
Why? We can ask him a question, can't we? Tom! Tommy, come in here, will you?
Coming.
Tom, we were just talking about working at a bank. What time does the president usually get in the mornings?
Oh, last man in, about 9:30.
9:30. Well, that means that we'd have to be inside the
Cut
bank.
it. That's all, Tom. But it's getting late. Why don't you go up to bed?
Why don't you quit treating me like I'm a kid? I was listening. I know what you guys are fixing to do.
I said go on up to bed.
Wes, you know, we could use a third man for the door.
No.
Count me in.
You've got no part of this, Tom.
I don't know why you don't want to let him in on it. There's enough for everybody. Besides, that guard knows Tom, and he'd open the door for him when he knocks.
I don't want Tom in this. Do you understand?
All right. Anywhere you like. You want some coffee?
No.
Wes, they fired me today.
They fired you?
Yeah, they fired me. But if they hadn't, I've been thinking about quitting for a long time. I got different ideas. And it's time for me to make a switch. You went after what you wanted, and I'm going after what I want. After this one job, I'll be through. I'll have mine. And I'll have enough to put a ring on Rella's finger.
Rella wouldn't want a ring you got that way. She let me know that once, but I didn't have sense enough to listen. I'd like to see you do better.
You and Rella, I'm sick of being reminded of that, too. This is where she can make her choice.
There's nothing between Rella and me anymore. Nobody knows that better than you.
Maybe. But this is where we'll find out for sure. If she's still got a hankering for you, we'll know. And if she's gonna string along with me, it won't be because I'm the guy that stayed at home and worked in the bank every day from 9 to 5.
All right, Tom. You're old enough to know what you're getting into. Nobody can say I didn't try to keep you out.
How about some coffee?
What is it, Wes? What happened?
I wanted to talk to you. It's the same old carriage, isn't it? The one we sat in that time. And those other times.
I don't know.
Don't you ever think about the way we used to come over here, Rella?
Wes, if you have anything to tell me, say it. I have to go back to the house.
I've been thinking about those days a lot since I came home.
Did you get me out here just to remind me of something I've already forgotten?
You sure you're forgotten?
I have to go.
No. No, I came to tell you I can't go through with that deal we made about Tom.
Oh, so that's it.
I tried, but this is something he's doing on his own account.
With a few suggestions from you.
Tom has to make his own decisions.
What is he going to do?
A friend of mine, Cole Gardner, and I are planning something. Tom wants to come in on it.
What is it?
A job.
A holdup, you mean?
Tom wants in. He says he's doing it for you. He wants to get enough money to marry you. Did you hear he got fired at the bank?
No.
Well, he did. That's why he's coming in.
Doing it for me? He'd just make everything we ever planned together completely impossible. If you were being honest with me and with him, you'd leave town before you'd let this happen.
Wouldn't do any good. If I left town, he and Cole would go ahead without me.
I felt this would happen. Now there won't be anywhere far enough for him to run to, or any place deep enough for him to hide in.
We've got a spot. Perfect place.
The canyon where you winter herded one year?
Yeah. We'll go there and hide out. You're wasting your time worrying about Tom, Rella. He's got the bug now just the same as I had. If I could keep him out of this play, which I can't, he'd go ahead and find one of his own. Most likely get caught and maybe strung up.
But you promised.
I know. We made some promises in the old days, too, do you remember?
I don't remember anything.
You remember the first time we came here? It was a hot night, stifling. I brought you home from that dance over in the valley. You had that blue dress on, the one with the blue flowers on it. We came in here.
No, it never happened.
I think it did. Yeah, that's the way it was. Only then you weren't so set on pushing me away. You're worse than that cat I killed up in the hills.
Much worse. Only the cat was running away, but I'm not running.
I think you are.
Think whatever you like.
Wait, Rella. You sure this is the way you want it?
None of it is the way I want it. You lied to me, Wes. You gave me your word about Tom, but you didn't have the guts to keep it. I hate you, Wes. You and your wild ways and your false promises and your kisses. I could forgive you for myself, but for Tom, I won't forgive you. But I'll tell you this much. If anything happens to him, I'll have a badge pinned on myself and I'll come after you. And I'll bring you back.
Hi, Tom.
Morning, Bill.
Sure looks like it's gonna be a hot day, don't it?
Sure does. Morning, Bob.
Well, good morning, Tom. Coming back to work?
Sure I am. Stay right there. My man in the cage, get him out, Tom.
Wilbur, step over here. Where's the janitor?
He's sweeping in the back.
Call him, get him out here.
George?
Yes, sir?
Will you come here, please?
You stand over there, George. Keep quiet and you won't get hurt. Cole, maybe you and Wilbur ought to take a look at the vault.
All right, Wilbur, come on.
Come on.
I'm afraid I forgot the combination.
You better start to remember.
Keep your hands up.
Good morning, Miss Buckwalter.
Good morning, Tom.
How are you? Just step right over there and be quiet.
You dirty thief!
Keep quiet, miss.
Stay there. Here, hold this. Both hands.
Good morning, Mr. Getty.
Good morning, Tom.
How are you?
What? My heart is bad, gentlemen. May I take a pill?
That's right, Wes. He takes pills all the time.
It's all right, give him one.
Where do you keep them?
In my left waistcoat pocket.
Everybody here now, Tom?
Everybody but Mott.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Just keep walking, stand over there.
do solemnly swear to execute and uphold the laws of this county and state, and to see that true justice is done. All right, men.
Sheriff! I want to be deputized.
Oh, no, we don't deputize ladies, Rella. The posse will catch those devils all right.
That posse will be back tomorrow with saddle sores and alibis. Let's not waste time.
All right, Rella. Raise your right hand. Do you take the oath to execute your duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
You're a deputy sheriff now, Rella. I think I know what's on your mind. Don't take any chances, but if you meet up with Wes Anderson, bring him back dead or alive.
Getting colder.
How about a drink?
Told you I'm not drinking.
Well, you might as well have one and quit thinking about that brother of yours. Man never knows when the bullet's got his name on it.
Well, I sure put his name on the one he got.
Well, he wanted to come in, didn't he? Yeah, that's pretty good-looking meat you got there.
Well, you wanted to do the cooking. Why don't you get at it? You figure on eating it raw.
I ain't cooking for you. So let's just stop giving me any orders.
Suit yourself. I'll cook my own. Maybe from now on, instead of sleeping, you can go and get your own meat.
All right. You keep the meat, and I'll keep the whiskey. Hey, that smells pretty good. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll buy some of that from you.
You'll buy it, huh?
Sure. I got plenty of dollars here. There's no reason why I can't spend $1 or $2 for a piece of steak.
Put it back, Cole.
You telling me what to do with my own money?
I said put it back. After we divide it, you can get your hands in there, not before.
You're a rough man, ain't you?
Just as rough as I have to be.
All right, we'll divide it up after we eat.
After who eats?
Well, I told you I'd buy some of it, didn't I?
All right, you can eat. But you better lay off that jug. Well, that's $5,217 apiece. Besides the securities, not a bad day's work.
Well, here's to the banking business. May it always prosper. How about you and me rolling a little boss dice just to kill the time?
I'm not a dice man. I play a little poker. Got a pack of cards?
Yeah, I got one in the bunk. Get up. Turn your gun side to me. Hand me that saddlebag.
What is this, Cole?
Just gonna make sure I get my money. And that goes for your end, too. I'll start filling it.
Drop that rifle. You don't look so spry. Cole leave you like that?
Yeah. When I catch up with him...
You'll never catch up with him. I killed him.
You killed him?
I'm taking you in, Wes. When your hands come free, put them over your head. Walk toward the door. Get your things.
You'll never go through with this, Rella.
I told you I would, and I'm keeping my word. I killed a man today, Wes. I don't want to repeat that experience. But I will, believe me, I will if you try anything. Where's your saddle?
On the shed.
Let's get it.
Runoff started. Gets any heavier, we may have trouble getting out through the falls.
We'll find out when we get there.
Too much water coming over.
We'll make it.
What's your idea? To destroy both of us to make up for Tom?
My idea is to take you in. Let's go.
Sure you want to have some more venison?
I eat another mouthful, I'll grow antlers. I still can't figure out why you're doing all this.
Just hospitality. You call on me and I cook for you.
How did you get down that cliff without killing yourself?
All I know, I was scared that I wouldn't get there in time.
You were scared? Isn't that crazy? I pin a badge on myself and come hunting you, and then when I fell and you could have gone on and left me, you got scared. Do you know what they say about drowning people thinking about everything that ever happened to them? Well, it's true. I know because I did it. I lived 1,000 years, and I found out a few things, especially about you and me.
Such as what?
Well, it was my fault you went moonlighting in the first place. Oh, yes, it was. I made such a big job out of our love. Everything had to be perfect. I asked so much. Just having you wasn't enough. So, in the long run, you said the heck with me and the heck with everything, wasn't that it?
I don't know. So long ago. Who knows why people do things?
Do you know what I kept thinking while I was hanging on back there? I was hoping that you wouldn't come back. That you'd just go free and we'd never see each other again. I wanted the score between us to be even.
You didn't want to owe me anything. Maybe you still hate me.
I love you, Wes. I guess I always have. You know that.
Well, I couldn't say this before. I was fighting the whole world personally, but I'm not anymore. When I saw you down there in that water, I realized how wrong I've been about everything. I knew that nothing mattered but you. I had to get to you in time. Look, I'm going to turn myself in. The money's in the saddlebags on Cole's horse. I'll take it with me when I surrender. And after I've served my sentence, maybe it won't be too long, but whatever it is, after I get out, maybe we can be together again, huh?
Oh, Wes. If you knew how long I've waited to hear you say that.
Will we make it all the way?
All the way, sweetheart. Nothing can stop us from now on.